Hi everyone, it's Butterfly. I thought it would be fun to pop in today and do a tag. And this tag was created by the Witch of the Dismal Swamp, and it's called 20 plus 2 questions. I've been enjoying watching them, so I thought I'll pop in and say hi and do one too. So the first question she asks is, what board game have you played lately during this quarantine? I haven't been playing any real board games during quarantine. Gosh, it's been a long time since I played a real board game. But I've been playing a virtual board game called Ludo King, and that's been fun. And the next question is, do you have a garden? If so, how big is it? I do have a pretty big garden. I'm not planting a lot of things this year, just some flowers and kale and some sage. I'm really excited this year to make my own sage bundles because now my plants are big enough. I think I'm ready to make sage bundles instead of buying them from other places. And I got this cool rainbow string that I'm so excited about because rainbows for making my sage bundles. And question number 3 is, do you have a fairy garden? I do not have a fairy garden. I think they're really cute, but I've just never thought of making one myself. Do you have an outside altar? No. It's another thing that I think is really cool, but I've never made one. What is your favorite place to buy witchy goodies? Mostly Amazon for things like books and tarot decks, and then for things like crystals and cauldrons and certain candles and things like that, I'll go to Etsy. And the next question is, the last witchy item that you bought, what was it? The last time I got an item, I actually got several at once. So there's a few. I got 3 books. So I got Everyday Witchcraft, Making Time for Spirit in a Too Busy World by Deborah Blake. And Psychic Witch, A Metaphysical Guide to Meditation, Magic, and Manifestation by Matt Aron. And Untold Tarot, The Lost Art of Reading Ancient Tarots by Caitlin Matthews. And The Shadowland Tarot by Monica Badierski. I have been so excited to get into this deck, but I have been so busy. I literally haven't taken it out of its plastic, and I've had it for a couple of weeks. But I got those all at once, so I couldn't choose just one. Do you have any pets? If so, how many and what? I have Rosita, who is a Chorky. She's a little Chihuahua Yorkie mix. She's this cute little golden thing. And we have chickens. And we have a gray and white cat named Vito. Question 8 is, do you have a favorite divination tool? What is it? And definitely, it is tarot. I am a tarot nerd. I love tarot. Question 9 is, do you have any children? If you do, how do you keep them occupied during this lockdown? Yes, I have 2 children. They are 12 and 14. And I've been keeping them occupied with some school stuff because school is still going on, even though the physical schools are closed. Everything is being done online now, and it's actually been pretty good. Like, I feel very supported by staff. We've been doing things via Zoom and stuff like that. And when they're not doing their school things, they entertain themselves a lot if they're not just like hanging out with me. Question number 10 is, what kind of family time do you have since quarantine? Just kind of regular family time. Some of my favorite times are when we're just having snacks or something and we huddle together in my room because I have the biggest TV, and we'll just watch a show together, a movie or something, and hang out and talk. And question 11 is, what is your favorite show on TV or movie? Right now, my favorite show on TV is Stranger Things. My 14-year-old got me to watch Stranger Things, and I thought that I wouldn't like it, but it's so much fun. It's a really good show. And before that, he got me to watch I'm Not Okay With This, which I also thought I wouldn't like because the main characters are kids, and I thought, I won't relate to this. This will be silly. I'm not going to be into it. But it was so good. So I've been having a lot of fun watching those things. Question number 12 is, how are you doing with quarantine? I am hanging in there. I think it was much harder at the beginning. Just when this was starting, we didn't have a routine. In the midst of the quarantine thing beginning, my mother went into the hospital. She's doing much better now, but that was a scary time. Around the same time, our cat ran away, and we've been missing him really badly. He's a very nice cat. And he's run away so many times. You know, some cats do. They can sneak by you. But we've been missing him. And then on top of like regular weird things that can happen in life, there's quarantine and everything is weird. Every time you go to the store, it's weird. You have to go out in face masks and stuff. So sometimes I get a little down, but at the same time, I'm so grateful that we've been blessed in so many ways. We're all reasonably healthy. We have each other. We have our home. We're doing good. And so we're grateful for all of those things that we have. Question number 13 is, do you do silly things that people don't know about? If you do, what is it? One of the silly things that not many people know about, I guess, is that I talk to myself a lot. I talk to myself a lot, especially when I'm home. I talk to myself, and sometimes I talk to inanimate objects. Sorry, I'm looking at the questions. Question number 14 is, what have you done since quarantine that you have not done in a while? The thing that I have done since quarantine that I had not done in a long while is sew. My grandmother taught me how to sew when I was a kid, and I liked to sew things. And then when I was a bit older and I was a belly dancer, I loved to sew my belly dance costumes, and that was a lot of fun. But then I sewed a little bit for my children when they were small, and then I stopped. I stopped sewing for a long time, and then my sewing machine needed some love too. But since this happened, we needed face masks, and so all of a sudden I had to sew. And I'm glad that I did. You know, that wasn't the funnest thing to get back into sewing, but yeah. That was my reintroduction to sewing. Question number 15 is, how are you spending your days during quarantine? Are you doing anything new? Except for helping the kids with their school, using the internet and doing more school related things with them at home. That's a big change. But other than that, I'm not really doing many new things. Question number 16 is, what is the weather like today? It's actually nighttime now, but during the day it was very warm and very clear. It was a nice day. It's getting a little hot though. That's concerning because I can't handle too much heat. I wilt like lettuce. It's terrible. Question number 17 is, do you have a favorite place to go in nature? If so, describe the location. I think my favorite places in nature, any nice beach. I love beaches. I love water. I'm a water person. And question number 18 is, what is your favorite flower? My favorite flowers are roses. I think a lot of people's favorite flowers are probably roses, but I love them. And especially the ones at our house. We have some special roses because before my grandmother passed away, she and my mom chose specific roses that they liked from a catalog and ordered them as a special thing to have together. And so I really love those roses in particular. And question number 19 is, what is your favorite tree? I love redwood trees. There's just something about redwoods. I can't quite articulate it, but I just love them. I love their energy. I love a good redwood tree. And I grew up with some around our house, so that's my favorite tree. Question number 20 is, what is your favorite crystal? My favorite crystal is selenite. I love selenite. Isn't it pretty the way it glows? This is a selenite wand that I have. And it has such good energy. It makes me feel good. It's pretty and it makes me feel good. Like, what else could you ask for in a crystal? Actually, I was introduced to this crystal by a dear friend. At one time, I was having a rough time. Things were not going so good for me, and I was getting to a point where I was feeling like, am I cursed or something? It was so much that my husband at the time was also concerned for me, and he called a dear friend of mine to visit and was like, help her. And she brought these beautiful selenite palm stones and held them over different parts of my body. And she did other things too. She brought me oils and things like that. but the selenite had such a nice energy. Before that, I liked crystals, but that experience made me more aware of the energy of crystals and made me really get more into crystals and really love crystals. So I really love selenite. Oh, and that good friend of mine, I should say, she has a great website. If you want to check out her blog or the things that she makes, she is at therootcutter.com. You'll love it. If you're into any kind of witchy things or herbal things, check out therootcutter.com. You'll like it. And then here are 2 bonus questions. What is your favorite brand of toilet paper? And I remember Trish, the Witch of the Dismal Swamp, said that her favorite brand is Charmin, and I have to agree. Charmin is awesome. Here we like the Charmin Ultra Strong Mega Rolls. That's our family's preference. It's good stuff. And then the last question number 2, is, are you still working during quarantine? And yes, I am. I am lucky, I guess. I guess. I am lucky and I am blessed that I get to be a homemaker and all of my work is from home. So that is sort of unchanged for me. I have found that I am much busier at home during quarantine than I have been at other times. I really thought, like, I'll be less busy because we're just going to be inside the house and I won't be driving people to so many places and going as many places because we're stuck at home, right? There are so many things to do at home. So that was my 20 plus 2 questions from the Witch of the Dismal Swamp. This is so much fun to do. I hope if you're watching this, you do this one too, and I can watch your responses. So I think that's it. Thank you for staying here with me and watching my first video. Hopefully I get to see you at the next one. Stay safe. Bye.